Hello everyone and welcome to the United League Championship, round 5 here at Brazil, and today is a very important race in the fact that both championships should be sewn up. So currently in the standings, Dizzy Cupid is 35 points clear at the top from Z Racers, but he's not racing today, so the next car back is Burnout F1, 45 points back, so he needs to win with Dizzy not finishing if the championship is to go to the final round in Abu Dhabi. And in terms of the league championship, all the F1 League need to do is score 1 point. And they've done it. And today they haven't got F1 Maestro, they haven't got Silent Mod 45, they have Pro Racing 69 making his ULC debut. And also we have a few people missing. We only have one driver for UCRC, Formula Xbox and CRL, so only 11 cars unfortunately today, but hopefully we will see a good race. Qualifying has just got underway, and joining me in the commentary box is another person who helps in the kind of organising of ULC, and that's Gorsh Crab 124.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm a part of ULC. I'm here to commentate. Obviously, I host SRL, but yeah, this should be a very interesting race tonight, especially looking at second, third, and fourth for the league championship. Should be very close. Got CRL, BPRL, and Formula Xbox, etc. that are in that sort of fight. So it should be very interesting. Yeah, it could really go anyway tonight.
Right, so the cars are starting their laps now. Let's try and find a car. The Mighty Midget has just finished the first sector with a 17.3, which is around about what most people are doing. 17.2 for Dizzy, so only a tenth in it at the start of the lap. No one's finished the lap just yet. And will be interesting to see if everyone can get in clean laps. Obviously we've seen, especially CRL, have really struggled with getting qualifying right, and that's cost them quite a few points. 36.0 in the middle sector for Mighty Midget there, as we have a few people finishing their laps. 109.6 from Dizzy, and then 1.2 seconds back to Sam, F1 LFC. Where can the Mighty Midget put it? He can put it second place to just over a second away from Dizzy Cupid. So there we go. That's a quick look at the standings after the first few laps have been set. RBZ has just gone 6/10 off. Very good lap from him. And of course you've been talking to RBZ in the run-up to this race. How confident is he today?
Yeah, he's looking pretty confident, quite consistent actually, something he lacked in Austria. Low 10s. I think we've got a bit more pace than this, to be honest. As you see, Carmundo sets a 110.4, pretty encouraging to get second and third at the moment. So yeah, it's looking pretty interesting. Sarah Rosberg has just popped in with a 110.2, that drops us down to third and fourth. No one really can touch Dizzy Cupid. He's unsurprisingly sort of got over half a second gap to the person in second place. Mighty Midget, as you said, is on a 110.6. So it's looking pretty close for second, third and fourth at the moment. It could really go either way, as I said before.
Yep, and Carmundo actually was very quick in the F1 League race that we did at Brazil. I managed to win. That's not why I'm bringing up the race though. Carmundo is a good driver around this track, and obviously he's making his debut as well in ULC today, so good luck to him. It'll be interesting to see whether he can get on the podium. Another person adding into that mix of drivers fighting behind Dizzy. Burnout F1 is currently on his first lap. It's a 17.0 in the first sector, which is 2/10 quicker than Dizzy, but not actually a purple first sector, as Carmundo and Cyril Rosberg have both got into the 17.0s as well. Let's see what Burnout can do in the 35.6. Ooh, quite a few tenths off there. That's where Dizzy is really gaining his time, and he's now coming into the final sector. And let's see what he can do.
Yeah, as we have a bit of a hold up. in the pits from the SRL guys. A bit unfortunate. Commando and RBZ pitting at the same time. Unfortunately on this game, that actually cost you quite a lot. Just scrolling through, we have Burnout, as you said, on a pretty decent lap. Yeah, he's seeming to be Dizzy's closest competitor. Obviously, Dizzy's only set one run, but yeah, just scrolling through, I think J Pierce is on a relatively decent lap. 17.5 for the first sector. Actually, he's a bit off, unfortunately. But yeah, over to you, James.
Yeah, Joe Pierce is, I think, the only person on a lap at the moment. Let's see where he can put himself in the standings, but surprisingly, Dizzy's actually managing to gain 0.2 of a second in the final sector as well, which is just one corner and then a run up straight. So apparently he's running quite low wings, so that could be helping him. Maybe that's why he's struggling in the first sector and making it up in the second and third. Jay Pierce goes 9th with a 1:11.4, half a second off Pro Racing 69, all the way down in 9th. He was very quick at the start of the game, and I hope I don't offend him by saying this, but he hasn't really played the game in a while, and I think he's struggling a little bit now for pace. But it'll be interesting to see. I think as he acclimatises the game, he'll probably speed back up later in the race, and he's racing next week as well. So, anyone on a lap at the moment? Got 3 cars there that we've just got. Rapids, okay, we'll go on board with him.
Yeah, he's just on that lap, just about to start his lap.
Hasn't set a lap thus far, only person not to set a lap, apart from me and Gorge, but obviously we're not going to set a lap. Through turn 1 and 2, now building up straight onto the DRS. Coming into the braking zone. A little bit on the grass there. Not sure if that's the camera or me. And yeah, I think it's the camera's showing him to be a bit wider, and it's actually coming out into the tricky second sector. All about traction this area. Traction control banned in this league, if you know already, so no one's going to be gaining unfairly through that. It's a 17.4 in a first sector, which isn't great. What will his second sector be? 36.0. So yeah, I think he's struggling a little bit for pace here. Going to put him around about Mighty Midget, I would think. What will it be there?
Yeah, that's the 6th first sector, I believe. Sorry, 6th fastest sector from Rapids.
8th overall, yeah, just behind Mighty Midget. So pretty close field actually. Only 1.3 between the top 10. Dizzy Cupid's usually got that on second place, so that's quite interesting. Let's try and find Dizzy at the moment. Pro Racing 69 and outlap. He's there. Reversal. No Dizzy on a lap this far.
Dizzy's his final sector is very close to a 16 in the final sector actually, so breaking the 17-second mark. Pretty impressive considering he's only done one lap, so we could see him get into the 16s really. So that could be pretty impressive.
Yeah, that first sector is the time that he's lost quite a bit in there, and obviously that's quite a tricky area to get right. RBZ goes into 4th
Sam runs wide.
And
yeah, that's Randy's at.
So yeah, ooh, RBZ very close to Cyril Rosberg there in 3rd. But yeah, as I was saying, I think if Dizzy gets that first sector right, and with that very strong 2nd and 3rd sector, especially the 3rd sector, that's really impressive. He's going to be extending his advantage at the top. Still struggling to find anyone out.
Purple first sector from Commando actually.
Ooh,
I was expecting that to be Dizzy, but he's a couple of tenths off.
Oh yeah, okay. Here comes Pro Racing 69. Just about to finish the lap. No improvement position-wise, but it is his best time. Only just though. Very marginal improvement. And RBZ's also on a lap, but this one's a bit slower because it's his 2nd lap. So yeah, there's no one actually on a competitive lap at the moment.
Yeah. Bowed out. Commando's out. And we also have Sam coming in. Pro Racing, yeah, he's backed out with his second lap. J Pierce is on an out lap as well. Just scrolling through. Obviously RBZ pitted. Yeah, Sam's in the pits as well. A bit of a graphical glitch. He actually went through his engineers there.
Yeah, we do love the graphical glitches of F1 2015. They've become all too common. It's as nothing's happening at the moment, if you could just put in the chat whether the stream is okay. Obviously I'm streaming, which didn't work 2 weeks ago. Is it better now? If you could put, obviously it's not cutting out, which is good, but if you could put whether it's good in the chat, that'd be very helpful indeed. Obviously it's not going to be great, so don't get your expectations too high. Oh, J Pierce has done a best in first sector actually. Carry on. Yeah.
Seeming like the first sector and the third sector, we could have 16s for both of them. Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. And the first sector, Dizzy's second sector even, Dizzy's not actually that far off of 34, so whether he could maybe put it into the very low 19s, I'm sure that's probably his aim if he actually goes out again. Don't know if anyone could challenge that time, maybe just about. I don't know really, it's just maybe Burnout can find 3/10. Sort of on the edge. If I was him, I probably wouldn't feel quite safe on that time, but he'd probably still win anyway if he was third on the second row, or even second.
Yeah, it is
Might
possible
want to challenge
for
himself.
Burnout to gain time. Obviously he's 2/10 up in the first sector, so if he can not lose 2/10, he has got a chance of beating Dizzy. So as you say, I think Dizzy will want to go out again. J Pierce has just gone 6th, as I think a whole host of other cars are about to start their laps now. Carmundo is on a lap. He's just about to finish the second sector and does a 36.2, which is not a great second sector, but his first sector was pretty decent. Not the purple that he did the first time round though. He's now coming up to the line to finish the lap. Will it be an improvement? No, I don't think it is. No, it's 10th and a bit, 2/10 and a bit slower than his last lap. But he'll still be happy with 5th if he can stay there. 4 minutes 40 remaining in the session. Still a surprising lack of cars out on track. The Mighty Midget has done the first sector as 17.4, which is one of the slower sectors, so no offence to him, but we'll see if there's anyone who can challenge for the lead. No, there isn't, so we'll stay on board with him. Has he backed out? Obviously this is a slow section, so it's hard to tell. No, he's carrying on yet. So
Burnout's on his next lap.
Burnout's just started his lap. No, he did, yeah, he has backed out, definitely. 40. Thought he might have, so we'll go on board with Burnouts. Has he just finished lap, or he's just starting? Yeah.
Yeah, just started it.
Yeah. So, first sector coming up now. He is into the 16s, so very good first sector. 3/10 up on what Dizzy was, but obviously this is the sector where Dizzy gained back that time, and then even more in the third sector. So this is the crucial sector now for Burnout F1. Can he get it right? 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the session. Last proper lap, second lap round Brazil will never be as quick as he first. The tyre wear quite bad round here. A little bit of an error there from Burnout F1. I think he's backing out.
No one's really improving on their laps actually, quite interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, the way that it's going really, I think Dizzy will be alright on this one run. Unless he comes out. No, he's not on track still, so I doubt it. Who is on a lap? Looks as if Reverse was on a lap. Has he backed out? Yeah, he's backed out. RBZ's on an out lap. Burnout's come in, so I think he's basically accepted second place unless someone else can beat him. Reese is coming out again. Sam is out as well, so we should have quite a busy track for the final parts of qualifying. I don't know if Reversal has the tyre life for another lap. He seems to be going quite quickly, so I think he has.
think he's going to give it a
he's
go.
staying out another lap actually.
If you back out early in the second sector, it won't be a problem. But if you do like a whole lap and then mess up the final turn, you haven't got a chance of doing a good second lap. So let's see what he can do. But yeah, as you say, the track is getting more busy now. 2 runs because the tyre wear is really bound around this track, and they probably want to save option tyres because the primes aren't very good around here. They wear almost as much as the option tyres, to be honest. So you can stretch out the option tyres and almost go as far as the primes, but at a quicker speed. And BPR reversal has backed out. Dizzy is coming out. Dizzy is making a late run out onto the track. He's just left the pits.
Too easy to get the lap done, yeah.
So he's going to be probably the last man
I'll
to
be
cross the line.
at 17.2 in the first sector. Yeah, it seems a bit. I think it's sort of average-ish time. Yeah, it's a bit down on what his previous attempt was, but maybe there's still a little bit of time to improve. Coming through third middle sector, yeah, it's looking like once again actually you can't improve on the lap.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the case today.
Standings have been the same
Decent
since
lap.
about 6 minutes into the session. He finishes his lap, and it's not an improvement. It's 3/10 off what he did previously. So let's
I'm just
go.
going to stay on board for Dizzy Cooper's lap. This is going to be incredible.
Yeah, let's go on board for
Maybe
all of,
even a 10.3, 10.2.
I think that's what he's going to be
We'll
aiming
put
at.
it beyond him. Yeah.
Here we go, through the first 2 corners, and building up quite nicely. A little bit of rear end coming out there, but I don't think he's lost too much time there. This is the period where he lost all of his time the last time round, and he's done a better first sector this time.
16.9.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is better than he did previously.
3 tenths up.
This is now into the section where he was brilliant last time. If he can do as well, then it would be great. We won't now see his second and third sector times, but we will still be able to ride on board with him for the rest
Burnouts on
of
the
the
lap. Sorry to interrupt. Looking like a relatively tidy one at the moment. Hopefully it's not just an in lap.
Oh, Dizzy has bailed out. Dizzy is locked up and bailed out of his lap. You can
just going
talk
to
us
stay on board
through
a burnout
F1s.
just in case he can.
I'll
Yeah,
just
he's
go on to him
looking
now.
very decent lap at the moment, very tidy. Gets a tiny bit of wheel spin there. Braking relatively late, hitting the apex pretty much perfectly. It's quite hard to tell, to be honest, because we don't actually know the timings, but I've not seen a single mistake on this at all, seeming a bit like a perfect lap. Doubt it will be enough to beat Dizzy Cupid, but you never know. He's in second at the moment, we'll see soon. Dizzy Cupid, yeah, he's in the pits. And he's the last man on track, Burnout F1. Is it going to beat it? I don't believe so.
No, Dizzy is
So,
still
yeah.
first.
Dizzy is on par.
I think
Just now going
Burnout.
to race director to see what that was. If he even didn't improve.
I forgot that you could go to the race director.
10.0.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so fortunately for him, he couldn't do it.
Okay, so there we go.
So
That
yeah,
is
that's
your
qualifying
final.
over.
Wow, really
Bit of a
close
glitch
field.
there. It says
1.2.
Burnout F1, but for me at least, it says qualifying results there. It says Scuderia Toro Rosso Burnout F1. There for a
It's
race,
gone the wrong
but
way around.
Yeah,
there
again.
we go. That is the grid. Dizzy, Burnout, Rosberg, RBZ, Commando, J. Pierce in 6th. Good result for him. BPR Reversal, Mighty Midget, Rapids, Pro Racing, and Sam. All separated by 1.2 seconds. And round here, there's a really big slipstream effect. When we did the F1 League race that I was talking about earlier, it was a really close field throughout the race, and people who aren't that quick were able to use the slipstream to keep up. So if they're close on pace anyway, this should be a great race. We finally could see people actually being able to challenge Dizzy, and even if we don't see that, we will see the other 10 cars fighting for second, I think, here. I think I might be overhyping it a little bit, but there is that possibility. So obviously, me and Gorsh can't see the start. We're going to pull over to the side, and then wherever it us, we'll try and see what's going on throughout the rest of the field.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it
disconnection
past
for
someone
Cyril
on the...
Rosberg.
Oh, Cyril Rosberg left.
And Cyril Hamilton isn't there, so no points today for CRL. That's not good for them. Where are they in the championship? They've had a misery of a season. Formula Xbox and UCLC don't have anyone, but SRL have 2 drivers who are doing well. So this is a great chance for SRL to leapfrog CRL now. Unfortunately, Cyril Rosberg has retired. Such a shame for him. His season has just been bad after bad luck after bad luck. It's lights out and away we go. I'm going to retire, and so is Gorsh. And coming into turn 1 now, we're on board with Reese. And Reese has made a good start. He's up from 10th into 7th. And we've got RBZ in 3rd, J Pierce in 4th.
Burnout's making a move on Dizzy Cupid.
I can see that just in the distance.
Oh no, he's not made it successful. Is RBZ close enough? No, he's not. So, basically, Stuff has maintained formation at the front 4, I believe. Who is in 4th? Actually, Pro Racing.
Yeah,
he's up
Reese,
into 4th already.
We were on board with him
for Commando's all the way back in 7th. A bit disappointing for him. Decent start from Sam as well, I believe. Yeah, no incidents at the start. Dizzy Cupid, I should imagine will pull away unless really Burnout can stick within DRS, which I doubt. Hopefully he can for racing's sake. Basically all roughly equal gap between RBZ, Dizzy and Burnout. Pro Racing, Reece Jeffries is pretty close to RBZ, but not quite in DRS zone, even though it's not activated. Rapids in 5th. Yeah, it's looking relatively close, and quite good for the racing to see that we've not got a first lap collision.
Yeah, that's very good. I was about to point that out, that it's a really close field, and that's what we want, because qualifying proved that they are close, and it's a track where you stay close. We're on board, or we're not on board, we're looking at Burnout F1 at the moment. Dizzy has got this lap and the next to try and get over the 1 second barrier for DRS, and at the moment it's looking like he's
Good scratch for 7th. I'd take a check at that.
I will, yeah, because nothing's really happening here.
Yeah, 8th is now joining in, so this could be very interesting.
Yeah, we got Sam there in 5th. Rapids F1 all behind him. Rapids was in 5th, so Sam has managed to get past him, and now Rapids is looking to regain that position. There's a big gap actually from the top 4 to 5th position. Reese has made a great start there, all the way up from 10th, and so has Sam actually. Forgot to point that out as well. Sam actually came from 1 place down on Reese, so he's had a great start as well. And really close here.
Closing in on RBZ a tiny bit actually. Reese at the moment. Oh, so Rapids and Sam side by side.
And Rapids looking around the outside of Sam. I don't think he's going to be able to make that done. Oh, hang on.
Quite late. Oh, that's close.
It is close indeed. Yeah, we've got Commando now under pressure from Mighty Midget, who's got a good act there, and in front we've got the wrong camera view here because we want to be looking in front as Rapids F1 looks down the inside of Sam. Almost contact made, but they've just managed to get through there without issue, and it's Sam still in 5th position. It's a really good battle there turning out, and great stuff here from the 2 drivers.
For DRS along. Yeah, it's going to be touch and go with basically all of the top 4. I don't think Reese will get DRS. I think Burnout could actually get DRS at the moment. It's looking like about 1 second. It'll be cutting it tight. I don't think Reese will get it, and I don't think RBZ will get it. No, neither of them will. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good news that Burnout is able to put a little bit of pressure under Dizzy. Gap has extended a little bit between Sam and Rapids. Can Rapids get under the DRS? I don't think he's going to be able to, but actually it's very, very effective. And he tries the same move around the outside of Sam, but once again it doesn't work. But he could... Oh, collision between the 2 BPRL drivers. The 2 Ferraris have had a little bit of a collision. Only one of them was affected, I think, but that's not going to be happy. BPRL are going to be having words with them about that collision. Sam maintains 5th position there. Rapids still right behind him. Let's go back to the lead, see what's going on. And it's still Dizzy Cupid in the lead. He's pulled away a little bit. over the
I was
last
just going
lap.
to say, DPRL don't need to be colliding at this point because it's very close between them and RRL, I believe, for second place. And
It is
considering
indeed.
RRL and that was the points.
Yeah, that's really
Trying
not
to see where
good.
Comundo is. Yeah, he's in 7th still.
BPRL
Thought
are
he'd
1
gone for
point
second.
behind. So BPRL need to stay with them going into the last round. They need to stay with RRL, but at the moment it's not looking like they are doing so. So that's unfortunate.
I'm just spectating 7th and 6th. Thought there was going to be a move there, but sort of a bit of an anticlimax. Sam's made a bit of a mistake coming into turn 1 though. Rapids is basically pulled away now. I think he's a bit quicker. No offense to Sam, I think he's a bit quicker than Sam around here at outright pace, but yeah, Sam's very good on the tyres, so you never really know, really.
Yeah, it did
It's pretty
certainly
close
look
from
like Rapids
7th
was
to
quicker.
5th to last.
Yeah, that's yeah. Unfortunately, it's spread out a little bit more than we would have hoped
Reversals
at the
right
front.
behind Comundo.
But yeah, it's close. And actually, Mighty Midget has managed to catch back up in the other Ferrari. So BPRL have got to try and get one car ahead of Rapids, and then hope that Burnout doesn't win to stay within championship chances in second place. Obviously, not for the lead. And obviously, it doesn't really need to be said, but the F1 League would wrap up both titles in their current position with Dizzy in the lead. And Sam is now building up. He should have DRS, but he doesn't. No DRS being open there, but I think he might make the move anyway, and he has. He's managed to get
move on Rapids.
down the inside. I think possibly DRS doesn't show up on the
reversal side by side.
Oh,
there's contact
yeah.
there. Commando's gone round. Ooh, doesn't look like he was quite given the space, but it's quite hard to tell, sort of.
Yeah, no, we didn't really get a great view of that on the stream, but it looked like a classic turn 1 and 2
actually get it straight
incident.
away, but I had a bit of a bad angle.
Yeah. Classic turn 1 and 2
Midget has
accident there.
hit. It's interesting. Quite early, to be honest.
Yeah, the tyres round here, they do 6 laps well, or they struggle on the 6th lap. So he will get a good undercut here, but the problem is that he's going to have to make one more stop probably, because there's 31 laps until the end of the race, so, and he's gone on to another set of option tyres. So he's obviously planning to do 4 stops, whereas I think the optimum strategy would be a 3-stop.
Burnout,
with his
RBZ,
little
and
primers.
yeah, Burnout on RBZ pit, and Pro Racing stays out, so that's interesting.
And Dizzy stayed out as well.
Just on board with Burnout. Yeah, this
And
should
Sam
be a good
has
pit
as well.
stops.
Sam has stayed out. Rapids has stayed out.
Yeah. Looks as if maybe the gap has closed a tiny bit in the pit lane. Just going to stay on board with 2nd and 3rd just to make sure they don't bottle it in the pit lane. Yeah, it's all looking good because obviously Reese doesn't have very good memories of that from the F1 League in Season 2.
Yeah, Reese crashed in the pit
actually
lane.
wrapped up the title, coincidentally. I think it's twice in a row even.
Yeah.
I was in that race.
It was not... The pit lane round here is quite difficult, and it was kind of wet, and he was just skidding into the pit wall all the time. I don't think we'll see it in the dry as much, but it is a possibility that someone might crash in the pits. We're on board with Burnout F1 at the moment, and we can see Commando there in the background. Obviously he's lost quite a bit of time there, and RBZ in the same shot as him, so having looked close on pace in qualifying, it does look like the SRL boys are a little bit more spread out now. Yes, I would presume that Reese will pit and Dizzy will stay out. Yes, Reese is pitting. Has Dizzy stayed out? Yes, he has.
Commando and Burnout are pretty close here.
And Sam has stayed out as well and taken 2nd place from Reese.
Yeah, Nikolai's pit.
Now Reese will probably lose out here to RBZ.
Oh, Dizzy Cupid made a mistake on my screen. Is that my screen? Oh, he's lacking everywhere for me. So.
Yeah,
looked like he went straight on.
Dizzy doesn't have great connection. So let's see, how far away is Reese from RBZ? Obviously he's going to be behind, probably further behind. How much further behind? That's the question. Not too bad. So he's done an extra lap and he hasn't lost too much time. He's now on the option tyres, and we'll check the race director. And RBZ
Ooh.
Oh
Hammond, the last of the
no.
runners, Japis. What's happened?
I've had this before where the menu freezes when you bring it up, and the same thing has happened here, so I'm going to have